All right. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. Hope everybody's feeling incredible this morning. What we got this morning is another edition of Free Coaching Friday. Some of you know, some of you don't, but we're here to help you grow your business. Straight like that.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you. Please enter your.
Just hold on. Hold up, y'all.
Thank you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. All participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves.
That's what I meant to say.
Entry and exit tones are off.
All right. Good morning, millionaires. How's everybody feeling this morning? My name's Haziq Ali. Maybe you knew that, maybe you didn't. But I'm a revenue acceleration coach. I'm a self-esteem development expert because I really believe that it's self-image that determines our level of activity, right? And our whole goal is to help you go further, faster with less effort. We do this, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. We're here to serve because we know we got to serve before we deserve. Am I right? Can I get a witness? Speaking of that, this is the last day of Women's History Month, everybody. This is the last day of Women's History Month. All right, maybe there's one more day. Maybe there's one more day. I think this is the 30th, and it's 31 days in this month. But if you want this grant, if you're a female entrepreneur and you would like this grant, make sure you check today's newsletter. If you guys don't already have today's newsletter, then what I can do, right? I'm gonna throw this on the screen real quick. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I'm gonna throw this on the screen real quick. You should go there now and register for the newsletter. It's out cold. Every single week we give you mindset, skill set, heart set. What else is for the housekeeping this morning? We got a Kaizen Academy this weekend. Shouts out to Crystal Clear. We're going to be doing monetize your brand. So if you were on that training I did about how to become an authority in any industry, I guess I did that last Sunday, completely free of charge. We just threw it out there for everybody. If that was helpful to you, then now you'll probably want to hear a little bit about monetizing your brand. As always, you're going to get homework. You're going to get all kinds of activities. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys are ready for that. Again, this is Free Coaching Friday. So this is a good time, y'all, for everybody to kind of get their thing together. What kind of questions do you have about anything that we covered this week, or, any questions you have about your business in general? We're here to help you with it. I've been running businesses my whole life. I've never really done anything else. At this point, if I ain't got some way to help, I'm probably, I was going to use a different word, but that's not politically correct. But I'm going to say I must be developmentally challenged if I ain't got something to offer, no matter what kind of business you have. So let's get it going. If you're calling in on the live line, all you got to do is push *6, and I will unmute your line, and we can hear your questions. I'll also be going through different questions that you guys have sent in, responding from the newsletter. Good morning, Yuli. What's up? What's up? Share this with entrepreneurs, Queen. What's up, Vanessa? Good morning, Nicolette. Let's go, Ashley. Yeah, Alan. The brother's checking in too. I love it. What's up, Spoon? Let's get it, man. Yeah, I feel you, Alan. Like, let's just go billionaire on them. What's up, Shakayla? Let's get it. All right, y'all. So you can put your questions in the comments if you have any kind of thoughts that came to you about anything we covered this week, or you can call in on the live line, which is down there below. Hold up. Here's the live line as well. Same number you call in for the affirmations. You can also call in for Free Coaching Friday, and we'll all be able to hear your question, and then I can answer it right here in real time. Is that fair, everybody? All right, good stuff. Okay, so first question that we got from the newsletters was what should be the first skill? I feel like people ask this quite a bit. What should be the first skill that I'm looking at? What should be the first skill that I'm looking at? Y'all got any opinions on this? There's a whole bunch of different skills and whatnot. Peak in interest is a big one. If you just break it down to, most businesses, pretty much if you're in something where you're doing direct sales, or, you're trying to grow the sales department of your business, the bottom line, it comes down to piquing their interest, seeing if they're into it, showing them something that can get them a little bit of, because that peak interest is almost like a mini close, believe it or not. It's almost like a pre-close. Robert Cialdini calls it persuasion, right? If they got interest, that's a buy signal. They're really closed. After they've made the decision, then we can give them details. So we close, we peak interest, then we show them something that gives them a little detail. So in their mind, they feel okay with getting started. And then we get them on a three-way call. They do this whether you're talking about timeshares. They do this whether you're talking about car sales. They do this whether you're talking, anything that is of importance in people's life, a lot of times uses this formula. If it's the kind of purchase that's important to people's lives, as a rule. So I hope this is helpful to you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But the bottom line is, of all the skills, whether you're talking about rapport, or learning the personality types, or being able to paint word pictures, there's like 25 different skills for home-based businesses or phone-based businesses, right? I really believe that even though it's different for everybody, I'm a big believer that rapport will really help you a lot. Rapport, you being able to, that second part of that class we did on Prospects on Demand was all about how to build rapport and kill skepticism instantly, right? And we gave you all these different techniques. So go back and watch that class if you're in the Kaizen Academy. And if you're not, then you want to get really specific, you can give me a situation you were in, and then I can show you how we would have handled it a little bit differently if it didn't work out so well for you. Was that helpful? Hope that was helpful. Hope I'm not So this next question was, I'm shy and introverted. I love shy and introverted people. And she was like, what's the best way for me to pique interest? What's the best way for me to pique interest? I promise, it feels to me like this is people's number one question. Like, how do I go from us just kicking it, talking about what happened today at work, and then all of a sudden talking about my business? That always feels so odd if you aren't prepared for it, right? This is the first thing I want you to type in today. I haven't asked you to do much. Y'all ride with me. Somebody type in benefit plus permission. Benefit plus permission. Can somebody type that in for me? Benefit plus permission. Millionaires, this is golden. Hey, Ashley, benefit plus permission. Benefit plus permission. This is how it works, Yuli. Benefit plus permission. I don't care if you're shy. I don't care if you hate talking to people. I don't care if you ain't feeling like your best self. If you go benefit plus permission, what you're doing is you're allowing them to ask you for what it is they need. Benefit plus permission, y'all. Benefits plus permission. Benefits plus permission. Yeah, benefits plus permission. This is powerful, y'all. Write that in your notes. Benefit plus permission. We mention a benefit, then we give them permission to ask us for more information if that's what they want. Right? Benefit means they can make an instant decision about it being relevant to them or not. And then we just ask them for permission, or even more to the point, we give them permission to ask us for more information if that's what they want. If they ain't interested, they just change the subject. If I'm riding in the Uber and I'm like, we kicking it and whatnot, and you might want to write down this sequence of questions I'm about to give you. I'm gonna freestyle it, but just try to jot it down so you see where I'm going. So first I'm gonna kick it with them. We're gonna be like, oh, how long you been doing this? Such and such and such. Oh yeah, you having a good. So maybe I start with, you having a good day? And then we kicking it like, yeah, man, how long you been working today? And then he starts telling me, man, how long you been doing this, man? And then he starts telling me, and then I get to the main question that starts putting us on the track. I might say something like, so let me ask you, what made you start driving Uber? Somebody write that in the comments for me. What made you start driving Uber? right? Why are we asking them that, P.O.? Why are we asking them that, Lola? What's the thinking behind us asking them what made them start driving Uber? What do y'all think that is? Somebody write that question in the comments for me. What made you start driving Uber? What made you start doing this? Right? You in the Uber, you got a captive audience. I mean, as long as this trip takes, they got to listen to us because they don't want us to give them a low rating. So it's like, what made you start doing this? Why do y'all think we're asking them that? Why do you think we asking them that, Lola? Why y'all think we asking them that? Thank you for typing that in, Queen. Why y'all think we asking them that? So what made you start driving Uber? Yeah, Ashley, first we kicking it with them, right? We holding a convo, building rapport, right? Treating them like a human that has some kind of value other than their damn pocketbook or their wallet, right? They're a human being, right? Why is that important for us to know? Yeah, to pique interest. I see where you're going. PO's like, we want to know what motivates them and how do they choose to spend their time. Yeah, I hear where you guys are going with that. Check this out. What we're looking for is their problems. We want them to start sharing their problems with us. What are some of the answers they're going to give us when we say, why did you start driving Uber? Anybody here watching today drive Uber? Or share this with an Uber driver. Share this with somebody who's meeting people all day, every day and getting paid to do it. Share this with them. Anybody here ever driven Uber? Anybody here ever driven Uber? Come on, Ashley. That's it. That's it. That's it. Check it out. So let me, okay, need extra money. Miss Shirley, let me ask you, why did you start driving Uber? May I ask? Somebody's going to say extra cash. If anybody here has ever driven Uber, just as part of our little social experiment, humor me and let me know, why did you start driving Uber? Why did you start driving Uber in the first place? Okay, Alan drives Uber. What made you start driving Uber, bro? Or Miss Shirley, what made you start driving Uber? To help people. Okay. Help people how? That's interesting. Extra bread. Okay. And then if they tell me extra money, have they just not told me a problem? Have they just told me a problem? So then instead of me jumping right into my solution, because that's what most people would do, the driver says, oh yeah, man, I just needed some extra money. Now we like, money? Nove ends with money. You ever heard of Nove money? Nah, man. They tell you their name is Nick. Nick starts with an N. So does Nova. You know what I mean? No. Right? So check it out. Instead of them, when they say, oh, it's money, I jump right into trying to sell them something. What I'll do is say, oh, man, what else do you do? Or what were you doing for money before this? I'm going to dive deeper into this thing. Let's explore this a little bit. We got time. I ain't got to rush it. Some of y'all be prematurely, y'all be having premature, never mind. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, let's dig into the problem. Like, let's get a feel for exactly what's going on with them. Let's get a feel for how bad this problem is. So if there was no Uber, what would you be doing? If you couldn't drive Uber, but you still needed the extra money, what would you do then? Yeah, Alan, that's what I'm saying to you, brother. So that means we won today. If one person gets that, this was a win. Yeah. Flexibility of schedule. And then, so if they said that to me, Jeff, then I'd be like, oh yeah. So, why do you need such a flexible schedule? Right? Let's dig into that thing. Somebody type that in. Dig into the problem before you start selling. Dig into the problem before you start selling. What are some other questions we could ask them, y'all, that would make them explore their problems more? See, because when your kids have to use the bathroom and y'all riding home, y'all still got 20 minutes before you home, you tell them stop thinking about it. Because if they stop thinking about it, their bladder pain is going to go away. Well, see, we want to do the opposite. We want them to think about it. They're already trying to stop thinking about it. So they numb themselves with Netflix, or they numb themselves with social media, or they numb themselves with drinks and drugs. You get what I mean? Most people are trying to escape, not on our watch. We're going to dig into the problem before we start selling. Somebody give it to me. Let's dig into the problem before we start selling. Oh, come on, Lola. That's what I'm talking about, Queen. Dig into the problem before you start. After they answer the question, dig deeper into the problem. Get a feel for how bad the problem is. What did you do before Uber? You know, what would you be doing if there was no Uber? Then how would you make extra money? You know, what about so if you couldn't get that extra money, how would that affect, what's the big deal? Like how would that hurt your life if you couldn't make extra money? Man, you ask some of the right questions. Many of you have heard me say questions are the transportation system for human consciousness. Think about that. That's a deep statement. Questions are the transportation system for human consciousness. Tony Robbins says that. Questions are the transportation system for human consciousness. Listen to me. It is amazing where you can take somebody with a question, right? So I'm just throwing it out there that we can ask all kinds of really deep questions that'll make them explore. So then they start saying, man, I needed the flexibility in my schedule so I could get my kids to practice. Oh yeah, how many kids you got? Oh, wow. So do you have a job on the side? Now I'm finding out about what else they do, right? But after I gather all of that, I can drop benefits plus permission, right? So now I'm able to say, hey, well, it's real funny we talking about this because my man Dennis, I got a buddy named Dennis. I got a buddy named Alan. I got a buddy named Shirley who drives Uber. And she was just telling me that she makes an extra $1,000 a month without even putting the wear and tear on her car. And she says, as a matter of fact, with that extra money that she makes, she's able to maintain her vehicle better. She says she's even going to get a vehicle just to do ride share so she's not messing up her real car. When you say stuff like that to them, it starts hitting them because Uber ain't paying for their oil changes. Uber ain't paying for their transmission. Uber ain't paying for their wheel alignment. They keep running over potholes. Uber is just giving them a piece of the action that they went out there and created for this big old company. All I'm saying to you, kings and queens, is that after they pour their problems out, then I can give a benefit that someone else is enjoying. Hey, my homegirl Brandy drives Uber. She figured out a way to make an extra $1,500 a month. She was just telling me she's making an extra $1,500 a month off Uber, but without ruining her car. Watch this. You want to know how she did it? Or you want to talk to her? You want to holler at her? Y'all see what I said? I gave them permission to ask me for more information. Is this making sense? If this made sense to you, somebody put benefits plus permission and then give me a share. Benefits plus permission, benefits plus permission. Even if you already typed it in, type it in again so that it starts to lock itself into your mind. Benefits plus permission. Good. So type in benefits plus permission. Benefits plus permission. Let's get it. Benefits plus permission. I like that, Dennis. Is driving Uber something you do for free? Right? Benefits plus permission. Benefits plus permission. Yeah, Pastor Dandridge. Benefits plus permission. That's exactly right. Benefits plus permission. Let's go. Let's go. Benefits plus permission. Is this a game changer, y'all? If that really helped, I want you to type in benefits plus permission. This is it, man. This is it. This is how you change everything, right? They already know what problems they got. And guess what? If they ignore it, maybe you didn't really strike a chord with what they consider a problem. It's one thing you talking to your homeboy, right, fellas? And you're like, that girl you dating is a problem. But they ain't hearing you. They ain't hearing you until they feel like she's a problem. You get what I'm saying? You can point out everything about that. And they're like, man, yeah, she might talk crazy, but she cooks great. She's this, she's that. She's a great, mom, whatever, right? in their mind, they don't see everything you see. They're making concessions in their life where they're willing to accept something maybe that's at a different speed or tempo or level than you would accept, right? And that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Come on, Dennis. That's it. That's it. That's exactly right, Dennis. Has anyone ever left a bed bug in your whip from driving Uber? That's crazy. That's crazy. She said that's going to scare him. Yo, that would go in a different section. I call those kinds of statements planting seeds. A lot of times you'll plant an egg in somebody's head and that joint will just hatch later on. That's a great example of planting seeds. I got a bunch of planting seed statements that are kind of like along those lines. Like, you know, if you know, when you're planting seeds, hold up, check this out. You could say all types of fly stuff to them. Yeah, keep the questions coming, y'all. Good thing our job is guaranteed. They guarantee us we'll never be rich working here. If we work extra hard, our boss is gonna get a bigger bonus. I can't take this. Want to hear my plan? My dream in life is definitely way bigger than this job. This is the kind of stuff you can say to coworkers that just plant seeds. But anyway, I really like that. And if you guys understand what I'm saying about benefits plus permission, throw that thing in there, benefits plus permission. Let's go. How comfortable do you feel driving strangers around? That's another one that's just going to scare them. It's like you talking to the cashier at the gas station. It's like, yo, you don't never think about getting robbed in this joint, Anyway, you can definitely say certain things that increase someone's dissatisfaction and therefore makes them want your answer a lot more. But benefits plus permission, y'all, that's a big deal. I'm finally about to escape this job. You know what I mean? You want to know my plan? Or Uhura's credit score went up 200 points in 4 months. You want to know how she did it? Right? Want to know how she did it? My man Dennis's credit score went up 150 points in 60 days. Want to know how he did it? Want me to connect y'all? And then maybe I do a 3-way with the person I was just now talking about. All right. Was that helpful, y'all? Was that helpful? For real? Somebody get something out of that? It's a big deal. That's a big deal. Looking through here for any questions y'all put in here for Free Coaching Friday. Or should I just go back to the newsletter? Ladies, if you didn't fill out that information for that grant for women entrepreneurs, make sure you are on today's newsletter as soon as possible, because you can only apply during Women's History Month. And we're here in the last 2 days of Women's History Month. Oh, no, this is the last day of Women's History Month. This is the 31st. So yeah, you definitely need to make sure that you fill that thing out. If you got the newsletter last week, it's in there too. But I'm going to send it out again today in this week's newsletter. All right. We spent a lot of time on that question, but I hope that was helpful, y'all. I hope you got something out of that. Yeah, appreciate that share, Chris. Good. All right. Yeah, that's exactly right. Our goal is to connect with them. Yeah. Good stuff. All right. I'm glad to hear that. All right. Good. All right. Okay. So let's keep this party moving. Best way to drive depth with your team. I feel like what this person was asking me is, what's the first thing they should do when they enroll a new person? First thing I say is, who's your best friend? Who's your best friend? You know how awkward it's going to be when you start making money and you never even told your best friend about it? You watching them struggle at that same dead end job where getting rich ain't even a possibility. I'm talking about just working at one job ain't even a possible. Man, listen, you better talk to them first. You know what I mean? You don't want to kick it with them 6 months from now and you already done took off. At least give them a shot. So that's the best way I do it. I feel like at the end of the day, after I enroll them and I ask them about who their best friend is, and we get the best friend enrolled, then I do the same thing with that person. All right. This person was like, dear Hazik, I gave them the sincerity test you suggested and they all failed. Y'all remember what a sincerity test is? You got your group together and then you give them a task to see who's serious. Anybody remember this sincerity test? All right. So this person's like, I gave a sincerity test and they all failed. Nobody read the book. Because remember, I told you could tell them to read a chapter from Think and Grow Rich, or, watch this video from Mr. Ali. You know what I mean? Check it out. If they can't put forth the effort, how the heck you think that's a leader, man? I say you just gotta go find some more people. If they don't talk down to them, don't make them feel bad. Because check it out. They probably just like hanging out with the cool kids. That's cool. You know what I mean? Some people are just joining to be in a social club. There's nothing wrong with that. We're social creatures. But all I'm saying is your job is to make or either design or find some leaders. You need to design or find some leaders, because all you need is two or three and you're rich. I'm talking about a leader. I'm talking about somebody who, when you around trying to help them, they like, you bothering me. I got this on my own. I'm talking about somebody who you ain't got to beg to set up a meeting. I'm talking about somebody who you ain't got to push to be on time, to do professional photography, etc. I'm talking about a leader. If you can find or design two or three leaders, man, you're rich. You're rich. Hope that's making sense. Okay, so this next person was like, yo, some won't sign no matter how much I offer to help. What can I do? Check it out. If people don't like your description of the offer, then you got to change your offer. Does that make sense? Um, Sometimes you just need to change the positioning, like change how they compare it in their mind, right? Like maybe instead of saying credit repair, I say home ownership preparation. You got me? Like I'm changing around what it is I'm talking about and making sure that it talks to their needs. Um, I hope that's helpful. Let's see. Um, Hazik, you're always talking about forming rapport. What are some quick ways to form rapport when I don't know the person? One of the best ways to form rapport is what we call mind reading. Like do little mind reading techniques. We did a whole Kaizen Academy on this, on reading minds, right? It's not like what you think. I ain't talking about how to do that in Vegas from stage, even though cold reading is a thing. It is a skill, just like juggling or learning to tie your shoes. You can learn to cold read if you want, but I'm talking about something a little bit different. I'm talking about almost like this psychology that you get to employ, where you're talking to them in the language they're talking to themselves in, or you're talking to them and addressing something that did pop into their mind. Like, dang, he's nice. Like, dang, she must be like magical, right? All right, so we say stuff like, I know you're probably wondering, you know, that's mind reading. Or you probably want to know, you know, you probably want to know, are there some contracts involved, or are they going to lock you in? Let me start thinking about, you're probably wondering how much time this is going to take. Check this out. You can work this thing in 30 minutes a day. You can literally only work the business while you're in the car commuting. If you can put music to the side and your morning show to the side for 90 days, right? Just have the discipline to do that. You're going to create enough money where now you can maybe take a day off every week. And now you can just go back to listening to your music and use that, third day of this 3-day weekend you done gave yourself every week now to just work your business on that one day, right? Another mind reading statement. You might say something like, if you're like most people, if you're like most people, and if you don't have a favorite one, just pick one of these I just gave you and just try to use it. You'll be shocked how much people want to kind of converse a little bit more when you just boost the rapport a little bit. Um, yeah, Nicolette, the next Kaizen Academy is this Saturday at 7 p.m. This Saturday at 7 p.m. is the next Kaizen Academy. If you join the newsletter, which you can usually, it's coming right here. Wait for it, boom. If you join our newsletter, you'll get information about the Kaizen Academy and stuff like that. Even if you're on a little basic plan, which is like $1.10 a day. Something like that. If I don't give you more than $1.10 a day of value, then I need to quit. You know what I'm saying? But it's something like even on the basic package, you're going to get to take this revenue acceleration course, and you're really going to love that. On the pro, which is still only about $3 a day, you're now all of a sudden able to go back through all the archives. There's a whole seminar vault in there that you get access to. It's a beautiful thing. All right, looks like we out of time. I'm gonna try to get one more in. All right, this was a good one. Thank you for this question. I won't say who asked. I'll let them keep their privacy. But this person was like, yo, what's the best way for me to respond to somebody who shows interest, but they're like, I'm looking for a job, I can work from home? Now, there's a lot of ways we can talk to them and all of this, but I think a lot of times we're missing a point. You need to build rapport. Just because this person don't join instantly, don't mean they ain't gonna join eventually. Matter of fact, that's how I say it. I always say nobody joins instantly, but everybody joins eventually, long as you rocking with truth and justice. You got me? So when they start saying all of this, you got to imagine, what are they thinking right now? Do a little mind reading, right? I'm desperate to find another job. You know what I mean? Yo, I can't waste time waiting on commission. I got a MasterCard bill that's due in a couple weeks, right? Or they're like, I'm not a salesman. Maybe they're thinking, I have a low self-image, and they probably don't think it like that. But when they're saying stuff like, I'm not a salesman, when they've been selling their whole life, selling that man on marrying them, selling their kids on making the bed, selling their children on why they need to be at school on time, why they need to brush their teeth, why they need to floss, right? We're all salespeople. Sales determines the quality of your life. Let's be honest. But maybe they have a low self-image. Maybe they're thinking, I don't know anybody. When you jump straight into your business proposition, what you're doing is showing a real lack of empathy. Check this out. Consider the fact they might not be the best prospect for you. They ain't coming off too qualified, champ. They ain't got no money. They ain't got no time. They don't have no right? Maybe they ain't qualified. Maybe you need to move on. And again, that course we did called Prospects on Demand, run through that thing real quick. You can speed it up. You can put it on 2 times speed and just listen to it real fast until I get to something that you like, yo, this is the part I needed. Okay. But run through that thing, because what I want you to do is stop wasting all of your time on idiots. I wish I could have thought of a more politically correct way to say that. But listen, man, you ever heard, if a wise man told me don't argue with fools because people from a distance can't tell who is who? At a certain point, I'm the fool if I keep on talking to this fool. You know what I mean? Anyway. All right, y'all. It's affirmation time. Was that helpful? Y'all got something out of that? Check it out, y'all. We got to stop acting like our opportunity is a solution for everybody. Some people don't care, man. All right. Make sure you join the newsletter. It's coming out today at 3:30 p.m. Make sure, ladies, that you apply for that Women's History grant. Make sure you apply for that Women's History, that female entrepreneur grant, since it's Women's History Month. It'll be in this week's newsletter. It was also in last week's newsletter. So make sure that you plug into that thing. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Hope this was helpful. And remember, either your mind has to expand to match your goals, or your goals will just start to shrink to match your mind. All right, it's affirmation time. Let's get it, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Call in right now. Call in right now. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. I know some of y'all be sleeping on these affirmations. I be showing this every now and then. This is our affirmation and vision board coloring book, right? Yo, my daughter pointed this out. I ain't noticed it, but this looks exact. That house right there looks like one of the houses in my neighborhood, like straight up. Like that's a Bentley right there. Like I told her, but I never even rode in a Bentley till I bought one. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is that vision boards work, y'all. Yo, there's there's even, I could just go on and on and on, but like this joint is just cold, man. I wish people understood the power of vision boards. But call in right now. Call in right now. Let's get it. Yo, you see how this joint right here has a fireplace in the bedroom? Yo, I promise to goodness, I got a fireplace in the bedroom. I actually had to demolish the joint and move it to a different, because I ain't like where the bed was in relation to the, but it's just crazy how vision boards work. So if you haven't ordered one of these, I dare you, do it today. I challenge you to do it today and get a bunch of them. Give them out as gifts and all of that. All right, it's affirmation time, y'all. Let's get it. Repeat after me. I am so happy and grateful